friends. This is Wheezy from the What is Truth Podcast. Hope everyone is doing rather exquisite. This is a small clip, and if you fancy listening to the entire episode, please visit the link tree below. This is due to the heavy censorship on this particular platform, so I hope you guys understand and hope to catch you on these other platforms. Much love. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the What is Truth Podcast. I'm your host, Wheezy. I am joined today by my man, a good friend, Mr. George Hobbs. He is also known as the Fact Hunter. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, brother. How are you?
Doing rather exquisite, man. I am looking forward to the show. I wanted to have a chat with you. It's been a minute since we last spoke, and reached out to you, and you said let's do a show on Waco and OKC. And I was like, man, I really don't know nothing much about Waco other than when I was a little kid. I remember hearing, seeing some news clips, but I was completely ignorant. And now I understand why you wanted to talk about those subjects. We are approaching April 19th, which are important dates for those two events. But before we get started, there may be some folks listening that are new to you and maybe not know much about you. If you could give us a little brief intro.
Yeah, sure. Host of the Fact Hunter Podcast. We've been doing this since 2020, searching for the truth. I think my kind of inspiration for this was I was a career soldier, and towards the end of my career, just being in, higher level positions, you start to see the reality that's kind of presented to you from the president down to your flag leadership is completely different from what's going on. At first, I think you just kind of see it as corruption, and you kind of, you loathe it and it bothers you, but you realize also there's just corruption in every walk of life. And then I got to a certain point when you start to realize that the conspiracy is much bigger than simply money and power, right? The Rothschilds have all the money and power in the world. That money is 200 years old. When you hear the term old money, that means that money has been collecting interest for 200 years, right? So if they have all this money and all this power, why are they so concerned with our misery, right? Is it simply they're trying to keep us busy and it's for our best interest? Is it just their psychopathic way of seeing that? We often talked about the night of September 11th, that I can assure you that George W. Bush went to bed that night, got a solid 8 hours, and didn't lose any sleep whatsoever. And for you and I and your listeners, we couldn't comprehend that. And that is really the difference that I have learned that sets us apart from them, is that these people are evil psychopaths with a bigger agenda. And that is the question is, what is the agenda? And I think when you've been doing this long enough, like yourself, you can start to see things and get a feeling like the next big thing is coming. And we often talk about COVID, the double-edged sword of COVID, right? It was detrimental to so many people. By September of 2020, by the way, over 100,000 businesses that closed temporarily for COVID went completely bankrupt. 100,000 businesses in 6 months.